Hello folks, and welcome back to my channel, the Scottish Model Railway Guy. So I've done a few electronic videos to date, but I've never done signalling, and I thought these type of signals would add to the finished look of the layout. And I think the Eve model ones that I spotted on Amazon look decent, so I'm going to give them a bash. They were about £15 for all those, and this block signalling. Now the block signalling can control, if I'm right, 2 red, amber, greens, so I can take at least 2 of these off that. However, if I chose to split it even more off that, I could do that, and I might do that in the future with one of these. But for now, we're going to unpackage this very quickly, and then you get to see what they look like once they are opened, so hang on. So having read the instruction that's here, now I'm going to bring that up to the top corner just now so you can sort of understand what's going on. But I'll get a pencil. The long and short is, you've got your positive goes out to the light, and then you've got red, green and yellow coming back, and then you put a switch in. I've got little rocker switches here. They're not little, they're quite big, and it's quite a substantial wire, so it's probably over-engineered for the solution. And you can see I've added bootlace ferrules to the end. If you don't know what bootlace ferrules are, here's one with and one without. And I've shown this before in other videos, but the way you add them to the end is you put them over, and you get one of these tools, and then you put it in, clamp it, turn it 90 degrees, clamp it again, it's nice and tight. So that's going to be my positive negative wire, just red and black, so red and black, or vice versa. And then there's going to be 3 red, green and yellow wires, and ultimately a black one that comes back to it. I'm going to jump off this screen, and I'm going to go over to the sort of console. It's completely unfinished. I'm going to go to that console and show you what sort of power you need. Now it says here 9 to 16 volts. I dispute that, and I'll show you why. So I'm not sure if you can see it exactly, but this unit here is at 3 volts, so I've took 12 volts for the Hornby controller, and when it passes out of here, you'll see it in previous videos, this whole bus bar is 3 volts. This one over here is 5 volts with a wee coaster. So everything off that bus bar is 5 volts, and everything off that one's 3 volts. But they both come from the 12 volt Hornby controller at the back. So, bearing in mind, it's telling us 9 to 12. Now I've got the polarity back to front there. At this point in the circuit, it's a pure 3 volts coming out it, and you can see that is plenty bright. Now it is a bit wobbly, obviously because I've got wobbly hands, but that's going to be plenty bright, so that's enough for me to say I don't really want to step it up to 5 volts. I'm just going to keep it at the 3 and take it from there. So back to the board. So where are we at now? Okay. We've seen how bright they can get. We've got our black wire, and we've got red, amber, green. So the black wire will go straight to negative, right? So I've bootlaced them all. These are called Wago connectors. You can get them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. This one's a 5. Right? And I've showed you this sort of stuff before, but I'm going to show you again, just so we get this circuit. So there's one. So that black, as you can see from the image, is going to go straight back to negative, coming from the 3 volt circuit. And the red, amber, green, and I'll do it in sequence. And at the back end, I'm going to run a cable, a wire, not a cable. Red, amber, green. So imagine from there, if I was to take a positive bring it in, so you're plus 3 volts, bring it in, clip it in there. All of these are electrically connected along, probably a copper strip inside there. So if I bring 3 volts in, it's going to make them all plus 3 volts. If I take that back to 0 volts, you've got your circuit. What would happen right now, if I put some voltage on it, it would light up all of them, and I'm going to show you that, so you understand the circuit piece by piece. And then I'm going to take this switch and I'm going to put it in line with the red, and I'm going to show you that flicking on and off as I break the circuit, and that's the essence of it. I want to put a switch in each one so that I can choose what the signal is going to be. Why? Because if I put in this block signaling TLC2A, like I've got for my traffic lights, so traffic lights on a road constantly cycle through. On a railroad they don't, they'll be controlled by signaling somewhere, so you want to be able to choose it, and that's what I want to be able to do. So next stage, I'm going to light this up. If you hang on a second. And that is that, folks. From this to what will soon be next to the track and drilled in, we're working signals. I think it's going to make a change to the layout. It's going to be something different that adds to it for sure. And the layout is getting to a place now, as you can see. So thank you to all who've tuned in today. Appreciate it. There's lots and lots more to come, and I'm sure if you search through the rest of my channel, you'll see something in there that's going to help you shift on your model railway, just as I've shifted this one on in, I don't know, a couple of months, over a year, with my full Scottish theme. Thank you, folks. Please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you again. Cheers.